Hi, boys and girls. Let's have some fun and draw together today. Maybe even your parents would like to join in. Anyone in your household is really welcome. Today's project is recommended for 3rd grade. Today we will be drawing a crocodile. All you will need is a piece of paper, pencil, an eraser. Hopefully you have some crayons, colored pencils, anything you have around to color it in would be great. Let's start with our shapes. I'm going to use a marker so you can see better. Remember to hold onto your paper with one hand, draw with the other hand. The first shape is a circle. Anywhere on your paper, you can use a scrap piece of paper also. Next shape is a dot. It's a circle, but we color it all the way in, so we call it a dot. The next, do you remember the name of this line? Very good, boys and girls. Horizontal. Can we all say that together? Horizontal line. Next line, do you remember that one? Vertical. Very good. Vertical line. Very good. We have one more line. Remember the name of that one? Diagonal. Very good, boys and girls. Let's say it together. Diagonal line. Okay. Then we have our half circles. A U. An upside down U. Looks like a rainbow. A C and a backward C. All of these are half circles. So if we put them together, it would make a full circle. Then we have our angled lines, which are our V's. A regular V, an upside down V, which looks like an A without the crossbar, a sideways V, and another sideways V. Very good. Then we have a slightly curved line. Remember, it is not as curved as our upside down U or rainbow. It's not as straight as our straight line. That's why we call it a slightly curved line. Then we have our lazy S. Our lazy S laying down or horizontally, we call a hill and a valley. And then we've been doing spirals lately, which is just fun. So remember, you start in the middle. Looks like you're going to do a circle, but you go past that point and just keep going around. And remember, they make wonderful snails. That's why they're fun. All right, so those are our shapes. Remember, we're going to do them before every project because it just makes it easier for us to draw. All right. So, before you even start to draw, you have to think about what your picture is going to look like, which determines which way you want your paper, horizontally or vertically. So you have to think about if you want one big crocodile, if you want many. Back here I have a photograph. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but it's got lots of crocodiles in it and a beautiful waterfall and all that. So use your imagination. Think about how you want your picture to look like at the end. I'm going to go ahead and start with my guy's eye. If I was doing this, I would use my paper in a horizontal position. So I'm going to start right here with my eye. I'm going to do a pretty big circle for the eye to start with. And then inside of that, I'm going to do another circle and maybe put a little dot in there. You can do the eye any way you want. No right or wrong. Then right above the eye, very close to it, is a upside down U, right? Or curved line. The next step is going to determine the length of his snout. Okay, they have a long one. I'm going to start right here. It's going to be a straight line out. Remember to hold on your paper so it doesn't slip around. You decide how long it's going to be. Everyone's is different. When it's long enough, go ahead and put a half circle facing this way, or backward C. Okay. Now we're going to come back this way for the top of his mouth. Let's observe that it stops before the eye, so don't get too carried away and keep going with our little upside down U's here, or wiggly line, however you want to do it. I'm going to stop right there, and then I'm going to put a C, okay, or a half circle there. Now, you decide how big his mouth is open or how wide his mouth is open, right? By depending on the angle, you're going to do your next step. So here I'm going to go with my wiggly line. If you want it really open, you're going to go way down here. I'm just going to do it this way. I'm going to stop before I get to the edge, and when I do, I'm going to make a diagonal line facing me. So now I have a couple of things to do. I have to do the eye on the other side, which is not going to be as big, and you're not going to see all of it. So it's just going to be a little circle right there. It's the back of the eye. And then we need some teeth. When you put the teeth in, do remember that the top teeth should not be in the same place as the bottom. There should be a separation. So watch what I mean. So there's one V. I'm going to take a space, another V, make a space, another V. You can decide how many you want and how far it's going to go back. But the important part is when you now do the bottom ones, they need to fit in those spots. Do you understand? Otherwise, he could not close his mouth too well. His teeth would all be destroyed every time he went to eat. So remember to do that part. It's important. Let's go back to the bottom of his jaw. We've got that diagonal line started. Now we're just going to come back with a slightly curved line. Notice that now past my eye is where that stops and comes up with just almost like a little comma. So here I go. I'm going to start right here, the slightly curved line. I might get a little wider right before I get under the eye, and then just a little curve up. Okay? Everybody with me? All right. So we've got our crocodile's body to do. So let's observe that. Remember, you can make it any shape you want. I am going to go ahead and make this nice shape. I might curve his tail a little bit more, but for the most part, I'm going to keep it the same. I'm going to start here. First, I'm just going to come out with a little slightly curved line, or a little line just to get back from his head before I start my little upside down U's. Now you can do it that way, or you can touch and go on top of it. Might look a little bit more realistic if you do that, than rather than this. It gives a little right there into that. Okay, see the difference? So do your slightly curved line, touch on top of it. Remember what shape you're making though when you're doing this, okay? Notice I'm kind of starting to come down. Okay, to look, see how big I want this guy. I'm going to stop. I'm starting to come down for his tail, but I'm not done with that at all. I'm just going to stop and come back and do the rest of my body before I decide what I want that to look like. So right here, remember under this little, where it hooked in, we're going to touch the side of it right here. Do you see where I am? And a slightly curved line down right there. Now we're going to go and put in his feet. So I'm going to go inside the body with a line, vertical line, and then come out with a horizontal line. Now remember, you can do the feet any way you want. There's lots of different ways of doing it. I'm going to come and do the back one now. Same thing, kind of a mirror image. And then again, if you want to give them really claws or not, I'm just going to do some V's. I think that's good enough. Now I have to continue his body, so I can't draw on top of my leg. I'm going to say, excuse me, and I'm going to change direction. See how this was a slightly curved line? Now I'm going to do a lazy S this way, right? So first I'm going to start right here. I'm going to come up just a little bit, and then I'm going to come down and up just a little. And I'm going to leave room for my next foot, same way. I'm going to start right here with a vertical line inside the body and a horizontal line out, a mirror image of it. You decide how you're going to do those feet or claws of him. Okay. Now we're going to say, excuse me, hop on over this, And now we're going to finish off the tail. And I think I am going to give it a little swirl like that. And now I know how I can finish my tail off from the top, right? So there I have a little kind of a almost start of a spiral. Now I have 2 legs showing. I need 2 more. So if he's walking, the other one I think I'm going to put in the front. Remember, it's not going to be as big, but it is going to be about the same way. Okay, so there's one there. And in the back, I think I'm going to put it in the back. Coming out like that. All right. So we have our crocodile. Now we have to put him somewhere. This guy's a little small. Now we have to put him somewhere. So I put him on some land, and then I did some water around him, and then I put a little island over there. Maybe you want him on an island. Do make it interesting though. Do you see how I didn't put the island just around him? I did some stop and starts, so there's overlapping. So let me show what I mean. So I say excuse me, right? Hop over. Here's the land he's on, but oh, he's going to go in the water, so I'm going to come back. Okay. Makes it look a little more interesting. And then, oops. Sorry. Of course, we can do a lot more detail now, can't we? We can do, I like these cattails. They're very easy to make. The first is just 2 very slender lines up. On the top of that, I put what I call a hot dog, or a nice long oval, a little line on that. And then your leaves. It's a slightly curved line out, touch the end so you can make a point, and slightly curved line back in. Okay? So you can just keep making a bunch of those under it. Slightly curved line out, slightly curved line back. Okay? Those are always fun. I like those. Then of course you can put some, I even have some grass here so that there's something, there's a land here that you don't even see, but you got the hint that there's a land after this water here. I even did a little island over here, which is fun. If you want to do the island, the easiest way, so you don't have to do a lot of erasing, is do your palm trees first. Okay, so I'll do a palm tree with you. Remember, there's lots of ways to do a palm tree. This is just an easy way. Slightly curved line up. Another one. The way I did these palm frond leaves, I do them different all the time, but this one I did a slightly curved line and then little bitty slightly curved lines from there. And you just keep filling in all the way around. However full you want this palm tree. And then I just did some slightly curved lines coming down this way. All right, and then let's see, I did some grass around there, the island, then I was able to put the island around and I didn't have to do too much erasing. And on this island I even have some hills in it. All right, boys and girls, I want you to use your imagination. Let me see what you come up with. I hope you had fun drawing the crocodile with me today. I miss you guys. I can't wait to see you all. Enjoy, and I'll see you soon.